Welcome back to Oak Street Exchange. If it's your first time here, my name is Laura and I recently opened a vintage booth in an antique store. Now in the last video, I showed you a few wreaths that I had flipped, and today I'm putting them in the store. Since I just opened the booth a few weeks ago, this is just my first time getting ready for the holidays. So to be honest, I really don't know what's gonna sell or how it's gonna go having holiday items in the booth, but I do know it's time to get started. So today I'm actually taking my first round of Christmas items over to the booth. But before we get going, make sure you click subscribe so that you can follow along and see how it goes. Luckily, I already have the car packed up and we're ready to go. Right when I walk in, I immediately check the booth to see if anything is out of place. I get a report on items that have sold, but it's fun to see the empty spaces, like this oil painting. I've also sold a few packs of stickers and this yellow Pyrex bowl. I really want to have a full section of Christmas, so I'm going to start by moving everything out of one side so I can add in all of the new items. What facts belong, it's hard to say. Your pattern is so hard to tell, but we're together, that's our game. Round and round and round we go. The dance ain't over, I'm sure we're still the same. Love the ways you make us whole. Would you say if things ain't right? Look away, look away. What's really going on? What's really going on? Would you tell me? Can't you say what's really going on? What's really going on? Down the bottom in the hole, there's no sane ways, there's no explanations. I've got things I tend to moan. In these times, just please be patient. Be my shore, you be my home. Drag us out and build us up again. Put things right and let me go. No way of knowing if there's still time. Look away, look away. What's really going on? What's really going on? Would you tell me? Can't you say what's really going on? What's really going on? Look away, look away. What's really going on? What's really going on? Would you tell me? Can't you say what's really going on? It always feels like getting everything up here is the biggest project. But now that I have everything here, I want to take out all the stuff that doesn't really have a home, decorate, and then I'll find a spot for it. It keeps amazing me. No matter how much stuff you bring up, it seems like there's always space, somehow. I'm also going to put all the fall items on this table and then start making this table Christmas. Oh, and I'm going to see if this fits over there so that this can also be Christmas. I wish I had made it just a little higher, but it's a good starting point. for the ocean. I would be long gone by now. I guess my love is for the ocean, not for you. No, not for you.
It's amazing how much time this can take, but I think I got the Christmas started and everything else kind of set around it. One of my favorite things that I brought in this week is this step stool. It's a really nice place to tier the Christmas. You see the new trees and the reindeer I brought in, but I also moved some things over, like this crock and basket. This milk can moved over from the other side of the booth, and it just kind of works within the space. On this side, I still have this little rustic corner, and then the items above the dresser just haven't changed a lot. I did move the stickers over here so that they take up less space, and then I moved a few things around within this dresser. I'm hoping that shows it off a little better. I love the bird cage in this spot. I'm going to keep it there for a few more weeks, and I think the height really brings your eye over to the wreaths and the things that I've added. This sled is definitely a centerpiece. While I was there, I even had a few people stop and talk about it. It brings you down to that other wreath with the birdhouse that we love, and back up on this plant stand that hasn't sold yet. And I found this vintage Christmas tree topper. I love it so much. I hope someone finds it and puts it on their tree this year. And then those wreaths. This piece of folk art was one of my favorite things that I found last week. It is two-sided, so during Christmas you could do that, and then you could actually use it as a welcome sign during the other times of the year. The snowshoes I've actually had for months. And then those two Merry Christmas wreaths, I think they are kind of close together now that I'm looking at it, since they're kind of similar and have the same wording, but hopefully someone grabs them. You notice that I added in my business cards. I've been collecting green vases for Christmas, so hopefully that catches their attention. I added a few new things in here, and I moved a few things around. Brought all of my frames over to this left side of the booth. I like them there stacked. Hopefully someone else likes them as well. And then a lot of the rustic things have still found their way to this corner. A lot of things here changed and moved around, so hopefully it catches a lot of attention this week. This is the most moving I've ever done around in the booth, and I can see how it's going to get tricky to kind of keep things moving around and keep it interesting. I'll have more and more Christmas over the next couple weeks, so that shouldn't be hard there. I'm really trying to go for like a cottage look, and it's hard to just get things that match, because then I end up with like polar bear salt and pepper shakers, and I'm like, well, someone will want them, so it'll be interesting to see how that changes over the next couple months.